When you say can go for it,
yes.
When you tell your mind I'm going for this,
the body follows.
Yeah, this is my target.
Right.
You go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Man City. Kwa majina unaitwa Kutamwangi na unaweza niita Cheche pia ni nickname yangu, na hii klabu yetu inaitwa the Kanjelo Black Stars, na unaweza ita pia the Black Stars kwa sababu ya si ni the Gunners. Na hii klabu yetu ilianza hivi tukiwa tu chini, tukaenda hivyo tukiinuka. Coach wetu akatununulia ball moja, tulikuwa tucheza na ya makaratasi. Lakini sasa ikaenda hivi akatuletea moja ya pumps. Ikaenda hivi Wanyoike akakuja akatusaidia na ball 2. So lakini bado hizo hazitoshi, lakini najua mtatusaidia, na tunasema kwa hii timu yetu tunashukuru sana kwa sababu hii timu yetu tunataka kushukuru coaches, sponsor wetu, kwa sababu kama sio hii timu wengine hapa wangekuwa wanavuta bangi na wengine wako huko nje wanaajiriwa kazi za uyaya hivyo. Sasa si tunataka kusema ni asanti kwa hivyo coach wetu alituunganisha pamoja, akatuleta, akatutrain. Mnaona uwanja wetu imejaa mawe. Unaweza tusaidia na carpet hivyo ama mtupeleke mbali, lakini tunataka kusema ni asanti kwa mwalimu wetusaidia. Tunaweza shukuru sana mkiweza tuletea jezi, mpira na sponsor, na hivyo juko joto wezi manage kufanya kila kitu. So tunashukuru hivyo, na wengine mkipatana na vijana huko nje wanazurula, wanavuta bangi ama wana kitu ya kufanya, mnaweza waleta tuwa train na watakuwa mahali pazuri. Tunasema ni asante kwa kutusaidia. Najua mtatusaidia pengi, na tukiendelea hivyo mtatupa tu kwa Harambee Stars na mtatuonanga kwa TV na mtashukuru. Asante.
Well, a very, very warm welcome to the Goldmine Show. Allow me to say Happy New Year, folks, man. I trust that the year is treating you great, and I hope you've all started the year great. And allow us on the Goldmine Show just to take the opportunity to wish you an absolutely amazing year. And don't you forget to follow the Goldmine Show on all our channels, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and everywhere else, man. And let's keep building a great Goldmine community that brings out the greatness inside inside of every single one of us, man. Today's show is an amazing show. We open the year with an amazing inspiration. It's gonna challenge you. It's gonna encourage you. It's gonna challenge all of our paradigms, man. And you wanna know that you are made for greatness, and you've got to keep running at it, my friend. Today I've got an amazing legend. As you can see, we are surrounded, and we've got the legend himself. Well, a multiple gold winner. He's on the Guinness Book of World Records. He's done many stuff, man. He's an author. Maybe some of you didn't know he is an author. He has risen past challenges to become the great icon that he is. He is an OGW, my friend. He's been recognized locally and beyond, man. None other than the great man himself, the legend, Henry Wanyoike, is on cast today. Tell a friend, man, to tell a friend, because today it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna inspire you. It's gonna be a whole lot more, man. This is your neighborhood. This is where you were born.
This is where I was born, correct?
Right.
A few years ago.
Yes.
And so I belong to this community within here.
Right.
And it's a community which is in my heart.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
Kabisa. And all those kids are in your heart.
Those kids are in my heart.
Yes.
Together with the people who work with me.
Right.
They really want to give hope to these children.
Correct.
And especially to the people who come from this village.
Right.
To show them this is where I was brought up.
Right.
And here I am,
right,
a world champion.
Right.
So I'm trying to show them as a mentor or as an inspiration to these boys,
right,
and young girls, to show them it is possible. If it has been possible to Henry Wanyoike,
right,
it can also be possible to them.
And you know, Henry, man, that's special, because a lot of us make it, and especially in your space, athletes, they make it. They get citizenship in other countries. The deals become too good, and off they go.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, why have you chosen to stay? And not just to stay within the country, but also to be very present in the community where you're born and bred.
Okay, because of the way I was brought up,
yes,
in a Christian way,
right, and
also in a difficult condition during those days,
right.
You know, if all of us, if you are well in life, you are better,
yep,
you disappear,
yep,
these children or these young ones, they will lack mentors.
Right.
So when I'm here, I'm a mentor to many.
Right.
When I'm here, many people, they are being identified, and they are very happy to identify themselves with the blood of Henry Wanyoike.
Right.
Because and then it is also a good sign that even within these kind of villages,
right,
we can have champions. We can have people who is in the country.
Correct.
So that is why I believe that it is always good to be where you are brought up.
Yep.
And also it is good for me. I always feel good. I'm very comfortable here.
Right.
Security is good for me.
Right.
I don't have to fear anybody.
And you know, it's not just who is who in the country, Henry. You say it very modestly. Globally.
Yeah.
I mean, you have won accolades upon accolades upon accolades around the world, globally, man. And we shall be getting down to this. But let's get down to Henry Wanyoike. Born and bred here. But something happens at the age of 21. And maybe we can just pick it somewhere around there.
Okay, what happened?
Tell us about Henry Wanyoike. Just growing up and all, yeah.
So I grew up in this village. We call the village Shauriako.
Shauriako.
Because it is going downhill.
Right.
So when you are trying to build a house, you have to make sure that it is it is a bit flat.
Right.
So that is why the name of the Shauri Yako was found. And then I grew up and I went to Kajero Primary School.
And Shauri Yako is within Getaro area of Kiambu County.
Kabete,
Kiambu County. Very good.
Then from there, I went to Kajero Primary School and Kahuhura High School.
Right.
During those days, I used to have my good sight.
Right.
But then the time between after high school, I developed had a mouse stroke, which affected my optic nerves.
Right.
So going to bed with my good sight, and then the next day of 30th April, I found myself on 1st May, I was not able to see again.
So 30th April, it was 1995.
1995.
You go to bed, okay.
Yeah.
At that time, had the stroke impacted anything else?
Yeah, okay. When I had a stroke before I lost my sight, I had paralysis on my left side.
Right.
Then after recovery from the stroke, it affected my optic nerves.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the time period between the time it paralyzed your left side and when it impacted your optic?
Okay, so it was like a month.
Yes.
Then I was in medication.
Right.
For a whole month.
Right.
Then after recovery from that mouse stroke.
Yes.
It affected after recovery, it affected my optic nerves.
So the optic nerve was actually impacted after you almost were done with the medication for your left side.
Yeah.
And your left side now had already recovered.
Now I had fully recovered.
Right.
Although sometimes I feel fatigue when we are running or when I'm doing some stuff.
Right.
So I feel some fatigue on my left side.
Right.
But it is better, not like the way it was before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then just from nowhere, then the optics. So this is like more of a side after effect.
This is after effect of the stroke.
Right.
So it affected my optic nerves.
The optic nerves.
So that is how I got my blindness.
Right.
I acquired my blindness after 21 years.
Right.
Then so I have 2 rays of when I used to see and when then after losing
after you lost your sight.
Yeah.
But it must have been tough because 21 is a prime age.
Yeah.
You're just a young guy trying to put your life together. Looking forward to college. Were you in college yet at the time?
Not yet. I was almost to join the college.
You're just about to go to college.
Yeah.
You've just finished 4th form.
Yeah.
And looking forward. Must have been a tough one for you to deal with at that point. And I just want you to walk us through. How did you manage to deal with this?
Okay, in the beginning it was quite tough.
Right.
I was like in a big shock. Then later it ended up in a depression.
Right.
Because I was asking why it has happened to me. Why me?
Yes.
So at that age, then I really wanted to support my family.
Correct.
Because they being the firstborn.
Yep.
And with my younger sister. And being raised by a single mother.
Yes.
So it was like my mother had a big hope with me when I had cleared the school.
Right.
That I will be able to support the family.
Right.
Then something happened to the family.
Right.
A tough one.
Yes.
So it was quite hard in the beginning. For the first few days it was quite tough. And then we didn't know what to do. Then my mom had to take me to the different hospitals like Kikuyu hospitals. Then to MP Shah Kikuyu Kenyatta Hospital.
Yeah.
But it was all in vain. She had that mother love that she wanted to see that I have gone to the proper medication.
Right.
Although it was all in vain.
It didn't yield results.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
So then after going to all these hospitals, I had to go back to Kikuyu Hospital to the Revision Clinic.
Right.
That is why I met a good lady from
But
Germany.
even before we go to the German lady, and we will go there, you know, I'm just asking myself, at 21, and I'm imagining a guy watching us today at 21. You know, this is where you're shaping life. This is where you have aspirations and all. For you, Henry, what did you feel like it interrupted at the age of 21? Okay,
in the beginning it was like I didn't know what to do again.
Yes.
Then I was thinking I might end up living a very miserable life.
Right.
Then I was thinking the way I used to see people on the streets begging.
Right.
I was thinking that would be
it almost looked like that would be you now.
That would be like me now begging.
Right.
So that was making the matter worse.
Right.
And then I was even thinking, sometimes it was thinking rather than going to become a beggar, either domestic beggar or a street beggar, I was thinking I would rather die, commit suicide.
Right.
And then that's all.
You actually had suicidal thoughts?
Yeah, in fact that was, after a few days I was thinking I better die.
Take your life out.
Yeah.
Right.
But, so it wasn't easy. For the first few years it wasn't easy, it was tough. It took me 3 years to accept that I have to live in that condition. It wasn't easy. I
can imagine the guys you were in high school with. You're probably just hearing so-and-so went to college here and went to college. I mean, how was that, man? And how did you deal with all of those?
Okay, in the beginning, It was, you know, people, they used to come, the classmates, the schoolmates, they used to come to see me.
Yes.
And also with the family members, they were quite supportive. And also the community itself, they were quite supportive. In fact, that is why I had a lot of energy that they were giving me hope now and then. So it's not like a time whereby most of the people, when they get acquired disability, when they are grown up, people decide to go away. But in my case, people are quite supportive.
Right.
They got enough support to the many people. Although there were some people who left away, but most of the people, they really give me hope. The church, the community, the family, they were there for me. They really stood for me in those time of weak. It wasn't easy. If it was not that support, it could be worse. But I'm happy that even those people who were used to school together, those who went to colleges at those days, they were all the time coming to me and
they kept saying, coming back
to keep checking on me. And this really given me a lot of hope and a lot of motivation.
So you got a lot of encouragement at the time.
Yeah.
I keep wondering if this didn't happen in college, what were you looking forward to joining college to do?
Okay, wanted to do about community development, of which after I lost my sight, I also went to the college and I did the community development.
So you still continued with the program you would have wanted to do. So community development is what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you still found a way.
I still did it because I decided to do it after I lost my sight and wanted to get more skills on how I can be able to work in this condition, and also to support my community.
Yes.
Yeah.
What had inspired you to want to do community development?
You know, it is because of where I was born.
Yes.
And I knew the challenges we went through when I was a young boy.
Right.
Though my dream when I was a young boy was to become a world champion in athletics.
Right.
That was my dream. Although I wanted to do something else parallel to the sport.
Right.
But my dream was to become a world champion in sports.
Right.
Yeah.
Particularly running, athletics?
Athletics. In primary school,
yes.
high school, I used to go all the way to the provincial level, to the national levels, in the 5,000 meters when I was in school. So when I go to Kajero Primary School, to Kahuhuru High School, their trophies, the glory I brought to the school, I feel good. And also, like today, I'm being a board member of the two schools. I feel good. Yeah.
So 5,000 was Henry Wanyoike. That was it.
Yeah, that was Henry Wanyoike those days.
It was an uncontested space.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed the long distance once.
I used to enjoy the long distance because you know, when going to school, it was quite a distance.
Yes.
So, and in the morning you had to do some activities before you go to school. So the time it was like I was on the run.
Yeah.
Running to the school.
You mean even Henry Wanyoike used to do some activities before going to school?
Yeah, I had to do some activities before you go to school.
Like what?
Like going to the water, you have to go and fetch some water.
Yeah.
You have other activities back in the house.
Yep.
So that is the life in those days.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is before you go to school?
Before you go to school.
And you're arriving at school at what time?
You have to be in school by 7.
So by 7, Henry has gone looking for water.
You have to wake up very early in the morning.
Right.
And then when you are late, you know those days the teachers were very serious punishment. Yeah. But I really appreciate the parents of those days and the teachers.
Yeah.
They shaped us the way we are today.
Right.
It is because we are product of those parents and those teachers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. They gave us very strong foundations.
Strong foundation.
And we became industrious back in the day.
Yeah.
Kabisa. Kabisa. So you eventually then come back to Kikuyu Hospital and you're talking about the German lady.
Okay, after I lost my sight,
yes,
after going to all these hospitals, then I had to go back to the Kikuyu Hospital of Vision. I was introduced there by one of my aunties. She used to work there, Esther, and she introduced me to this lady, Petra, and I was very happy to meet this lady. You know, it was those days to meet a Mzungu.
Yes.
It was something which was...
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Right.
So she introduced me to this lady, Petra, and then the Petra was so daring to me. She became a very good friend to me, and all the time she was telling me, she started with me, and she was not at the rehabilitation part of taking back to there now to be dependent, and she did a lot, and in fact she was creating more time in the evening so that she can have more time with me, and then we became good friends. She started to send me to other parts of the area so that I can be very much independent, and then I can also work with the public. And I remember one day she sent me to Nakuru. I had to go and pick a girl who was also visually impaired. I had to bring her back to Kikuyu Hospital to see whether I can be able to be independent. And that is how I started. It was like my turning point. And then from there, she took me to Machakos Technical Institute for Rehabilitation. And then I took there like I was in that institution for 2 years so that I can be able to interact with other people who have lost their sight when they are grown up.
Right.
So it was, I had a very wonderful time in Machakos Technical through the teachers and the students who I found there. I was very amazed to what the students they were doing. I was asking myself if these students can do whatever they were doing, because I had to be taken through the workshops. There was department of leather, there was department of clothing and textiles, there was that department of like mobility and orientation, and also machinery. So there was a lot of what was happening in that institution. And then I decided to do the knitting. Then from there I was introduced back to the sports by the principal by then, Mr. Saya. And also the games teacher. So I had a wonderful time, and I was asking myself, how can I be able to run again and I can't see?
Yeah.
So if you can check, my head is full of scars, falling down. But the best thing in Wanyoike, after I accepted myself after 3 years.
So these scars were about, this is you falling down.
Falling down.
Until it bruised you quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So even my legs are full of scars.
Right.
But I don't give up so easily.
Yep.
So when I started, and when I really accepted myself 100%, and especially after I joined the school, I was able now to run with a guide.
Right.
By that time, I was even running with the games teacher. The principal of the school, Mr. Sai, was coming to me every early in the morning to go for the run. Then I was running with the other students who were able to see, because the school was integrated.
Right.
And we started easy, slowly, until the time when we did the Olympic run in the Machakos town. I won the 3-kilometer road race.
But did you say you were knitting?
That was the part of the school.
Yes.
So I was doing the knitting during the daytime, in the morning and the evening.
Nasindano?
No, the machine.
Oh, the machine.
The machine,
Right.
The knitting machine.
Yes.
So I was doing both during the daytime, machine time.
Right.
And rehabilitation and all those therapies.
Right.
And then in the evening and the morning, I was doing my training.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can actually knit using that machine?
Yeah, I can. Very good. I'm perfect.
Sweater, manini?
Sweater, anything with the wool, I can do anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you actually did a course on that?
Yeah, I did a course on that.
Right.
Yeah, so of knitting.
Yes.
In Machakos Technical.
Right.
Then from there, in the year 2000, I qualified to go to Sydney Paralympics.
Correct.
Yeah, so that is how I started my journey in the year 2000.
Right.
Going to Sydney, and then also winning my first gold medal in Sydney. It was my first international assignment, and I still won my first gold medal.
So first international assignment, and on the first one you get a gold medal.
I got a gold medal.
Wow.
What
was that like, man?
It was good to me. It was a great moment to me. And then I was able now to believe in myself that even with disability, you can do wonders.
You know, they say actually, and I think you must have said this, even the introduction they gave you was just a weak introduction at the time.
I remember
they didn't do justice.
When we went to Sydney, during before any competition, there is that small introduction of who is competing. Right. So they just mentioned my name to Hen Wanyoike, Rendri from Kenya, just that. Right. Then the others, they had a very good introduction.
An elaborate introduction.
This is so and so, he's a world champion. This is so, he's a European champion. So, but to me, it was just a shallow introduction. So I turned to my guide, John. I told him next time we need a better introduction. Right. And so from the first lap to the finishing, I had a lot of energy. Had overlapped after the 7 lap. I had overlapped everybody, those champions. But towards the end, it was now the toughest because I had to pull my guide to the finishing. John. Yes. But we still won the race. Right. He did his best. Right. I did my best. Right. We won the race. Right. Not so easy. We just made the world record only 3 seconds. And then, just 3 seconds. And the best thing of the beauty of it is that that was the only gold medal we brought in Kenya and the whole of Africa for the long distance for the first time. It was the only one. It was the only one. And for the first time. Yeah. Man. For the long distance. For the long distance, so I was very happy to be back again. You know, when I was a young boy, I was dreaming to see myself seeing the flag of the of Kenya going up,
right,
and also coming back and have a good welcome at the airport,
right,
and you know, the way I used to see people like Kipchoge,
right,
the way they were being celebrated,
yes,
the way they were putting on them. But that was my dream.
Right.
So when I won my first gold medal, I was very happy when the national anthem of Kenya was
just played.
They were playing the national anthem. And then when we came back from Sydney,
right,
the way I was received at
the
airport,
yeah, the dreams of when you are a child, they came to pass. Yeah.
So it was very good moment to me. And then from there, then we were invited to go to the State House,
yes, by
the former president,
right,
Daniel Arap Moi.
Yes.
Went there, and then I was given the honor of Grand Warrior,
OGW,
for bringing the fame to this country.
Right.
I was very happy to get that award from the president.
Right.
From there, I decided even to work more harder,
yep,
and I decided even to go for the 10 kilometers race.
Right.
And I remember when my first competition in the year 2002. In France, when we did the World Championships, I won 2 gold medals and 2 world records.
Wow.
So I was able to beat those those world records again.
Right.
So now from the year 2002 up to date, those records belong to Wanyoike.
Not broken yet.
Not broken yet.
Right.
And then from there, I decided to go to the further half marathon.
Yep.
Half marathon. My first half marathon was in Hong Kong.
Right.
Through the Standard Chartered marathons.
Right.
I was doing the campaign of the Seeing is Believing, and I won my first gold medal, a big trophy.
Right.
Out of thousands of people who took part in that, like 2,000 people
right,
who took part in that half marathon.
Right.
I was the winner of that half marathon.
Wow.
So I was very happy to win the medal and a big trophy.
Right.
I was very excited to win against even people who can be able to see.
Right.
From there, I decided to go even to the
because on this one, you even want people who can see.
Yeah. And then it was an open race.
Right.
And I was still like the brand ambassador of the Standard Chartered Band.
Right.
Through the program of the Seeing is Believing.
Right.
I was very happy to prove that I'm able and I'm a champion.
Wow.
Then from there, I decided to do the full marathon in Japan.
Right.
During the World Championships. I won the race.
Right.
But to me, it was the toughest marathon of all.
The Japan one.
The Japan. It was my first marathon.
Right.
Though I won the race,
yes,
I got the gold medal.
Right.
But to myself, I said I never do another marathon because I missed the water in all water station. I had 8 guys to finish the race. I didn't have the good show, so the communication, it was tough. So I said never, no other marathon. But
even with the 8 guides, communication was a problem.
Yeah, you know, they were Japanese. Because the guide took with me in Japan, he, after 12 kilometers, was not able to continue the race again.
Right.
So I had to get more other guides on the way.
Right.
But I won the race. But one day I got another invitation to go to the Boston Marathon.
Right.
Then I decided I should try the second one. But if it doesn't work, then I can quit from the marathons.
Right.
So the second attempt, it was quite good. I used 2 guides, and then I was able to compete very well in the open race.
Right.
And out of many thousands and thousands of people, I was in the position of 180 being in my category, but I won in my category.
Right.
Yeah, so from there, they said that attempt it was a world champion. Yep. This is where we did the marathon. I was registered for the Boston for the London Marathon, and also the Hamburg Marathon.
In Germany.
It was in Germany.
Right.
And so I had to do both of them.
Right.
So one of doing the campaign of the Seeing is Believing, and the other one I was doing it for my friends in Germany.
Right.
So I was able to beat the world record in London Marathon. Then 1 week later I went to Hamburg and I won the marathon again there, another world record. So that is.
In fact, the Hamburg turned out better than even the London one. With a space of just 1 week difference.
1 week.
You've not even had time to recover from the previous one.
But I still won the 2 races, and I was very happy.
Right.
And that is how I won my 3 world records.
Right.
And I then got that being a triple
world record holder.
It has not been so easy being in those big books like the World Book of Records.
Yes.
It sounds good to me. Somebody who was so down.
That's how you ended up in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, being somebody who was, from a village boy.
Yes.
Now being a world champion.
Triple world, actually.
Yeah, triple world record holder from just the village you have seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is where we are sitting right now.
This is where we are sitting. Yeah.
So this is where it all began.
Yeah.
Right.
From there, I've been participating in different competitions. winning medals, good medals, trophies. And this has been a very good moment when I have been at the peak.
Right.
I proved to the world that disability is not inability.
Correct.
And from what my friend Petra did to show me that I can be a great person in this universe,
right.
I was able to prove to that, because he was always telling me, Henry, one day you get there.
Right.
And I'm happy that when I won my first gold medal, she brought the whole team from the Royal Vision of Kikuyu Hospital
right.
at the airport to welcome me.
She must have been so proud of you.
Yeah, she was very happy with a big banner of welcome Golden Henry. So I felt so happy.
Yes.
So from that day,
right.
she reshaped my good. I always have a big appreciation to what she did to me.
Right.
And everybody who has been there for me,
right.
they have did a lot of good job.
Right.
Yeah, my family, the community itself, the
right.
church,
right.
these people have done a lot of work.
Correct.
And not forgetting, those people who have been hard to hard, my guides.
Right.
People like Paul
right.
have played a very great role.
Absolutely.
To me, because I cannot be a champion
right.
without the helping hand of Paul.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that teamwork spirit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I wonder whether Petra was able to come and watch you in Germany.
Yeah, all the time, because I've been going to Germany.
Yes.
She has been always there for me.
Right.
Accommodating us.
Yes.
Giving us, always taking us around Germany. And wherever I'm in Germany with my friend Paul,
yes.
she always come wherever we are.
Right.
So that she can see us competing and winning.
Yes.
So she's been a good lady.
Man, allow me to give a big shout out to Petra, man. Petra, man.
Yeah.
You can see your seed. We eternally grateful.
Yeah.
You planted a seed, man. And you know, Henry, this almost talks about the power of a supportive ecosystem.
Yeah.
Particularly in moments like what you faced. I mean, Petra's words must have taken you a long way.
For sure. It was a journey of many steps.
Right.
And now where we are today, it is because of just one step. She was able to put me on that one step.
Right.
Then from there, the other steps were not. It has not been so easy.
Right.
There has been challenges on the way.
Yes.
But we are able, we thank God that we are able to tackle, to overcome, to turn those challenges in a positive way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you can imagine someone who almost battled with a suicidal thoughts is now a triple world record holder. Some of your records are still not broken yet.
Yeah, still there, intact. The three of them.
The three of them.
Yeah. I thank God.
All the three remain intact.
It's favor of God.
It's a favor of God.
Yeah.
But you must have also put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
And really the transition between a Henry who used to see and this Henry who is now not able to see.
Yeah.
The mentor journey is part of what I would want you to walk us through.
Okay, as I told you in the beginning, I didn't know what to add up to me.
Right.
And that is why sometimes I was thinking about committing suicide.
Right.
Then the best thing is that I had people who are very close to me.
Right.
My family.
Right.
I really appreciate the family.
Right.
Even the community itself.
Yes.
And that is why I have a big heart to this community.
Right.
Because they really supported me.
Correct.
In whatever way, small way, they really supported me.
Yep.
And that is why I feel good with the family and the church itself.
Yes.
They used to come and we pray together.
Right.
And they were telling me one day God will open doors. And I'm happy that
He has continued to open them.
God has been opening doors. One day, it was one door which was closed, but God later opened
many
other doors. You know, disability is not the physical one.
Right.
The most disability is the one in your mind.
Right.
So when you realize that you have this ability, and you are given opportunity. And I thank those people who given me this opportunity. The government of Kenya, they didn't give me that first opportunity. There is another guy who was telling me, Mara Coteno, he passed on, but he really supported me when I started my first competition in Njau National Stadium, and also the office of the Kenya National Paralympic Committee. They really worked with me this journey, and they really supported me in a big way to be who I am today.
Right.
So, and they really helped me to build up a strong mind, so that I can be able to have that good, strong mind.
Right.
And they were telling me, Henry, life is like what you do in sports. If sometimes you are down, you are strong sometimes, and the best thing is that, and the best moment is when you are the last step you are making to the finishing.
To the finishing
means
line.
A lot.
Right.
Because you have done so many steps.
Right.
But that last step
Right.
means a lot, because that defines who is the winner and who is the loser.
Right.
And so that is why you always have to have a strong mind. And that teamwork spirit has also helped me very, very much, with the help of people of Paul.
Yep.
Who always support me.
Right.
And who always stand with me.
Right.
When I'm down, they are there to help to raise my
He
spirit
raises
up.
your spirit,
Yeah.
right.
So I always appreciate that you need such people, because sometimes you might be down, but when you speak it out. Like for myself, he was not able to speak out what I'm going through.
Right.
It could be even worse. But because I was ready to speak out, because even all these people, they could have come to me, but I was always ready to talk to them, share with them what I'm going through, what I'm thinking. It was so bad, but I think it was God grace that I was able to be back again to start again on my foot, because there were these people who were talking to me. I was able to share my challenges to these people, and I used to take those challenges in a positive way, not negatively, but positive. In the beginning, I was so mad, but now I'm happy.
You're happy.
Yeah, I was very negative even to my God.
Right.
But now
You're almost angry with God himself as well.
Why
Why
where
me?
were you? Where were you?
Why did you allow this to happen to me?
Happening?
Yeah. Why didn't you stop it?
At this age, why you could have stopped it? But I thank God. But it was hard. But even for a gold medal to be seen,
yes,
it has to go through the fire.
Right.
And a strong one.
Right.
And so that was what I was going through.
Correct.
That tough fire. So that I can be able, God can be able to shape me the way He wanted to shape me.
Absolutely.
I always believe that so long we are still living in this world, God is still working. He has a good plan for you.
Right.
And He can shape you in the best way. You see that you are better to serve Him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You made a very strong statement some time back, and you said you may have lost your sight.
Yeah.
But you did not lose your vision.
For sure.
Man, talk to us about that. I thought that was a very powerful statement.
Yeah, I am. I've been able to maintain that vision. I've been able to go through many challenges so that I can be able to keep that vision and to keep that right of vision real. Yeah, that. So I've been able to go through many challenges. As I told you, I've been always taking those challenges as a stepping stone to take me to where I am today. And throughout of those challenges, I found that through that blindness, I can be able to become a world champion. Out of those bad things I was going through, I was able to pick one thing, and that is sports and athletics.
Right.
And I was able to work hard, falling down, not giving up so easily. So many challenges in the beginning, like getting my first passport, it was a big challenge. Then here I am, and that is why I always say that I have lost my sight but not my vision.
Henry,
and I still have the vision up to date.
Correct. One of the biggest lessons you teach us out of this, we are more defined by vision than by sight.
Yeah.
It actually defines us
even
more.
The Bible says that people without vision, they perish.
Right.
So it doesn't matter whether you are good looking, your brain is working well, you are whatever is
smartly dressed and all.
Smartly dressed. You are driving a big vehicle.
Right.
But the vision you have. Yeah, there are people. It's like the people keep on like you have the vision. You have, this is what you feel you can do better. Then you write and then you hide that you are shy to speak out, or you don't want to share what maybe you are going through.
Right.
And that is the most the worst thing. It is good when you know that you are going this kind of challenge. Share, speak it to other people. They can help you to go through it, because there are some people who are there who are kind to tell me, like the people like Petra and other many people who really supported me. So it is good when you even if you are going any kind of challenge,
share it out.
Share it out. And also people, you can have everything, but maybe you doesn't have that vision. So it is good to keep focused to your destination, not losing that focus, not losing that vision, what you want to be, and what the impact you want to leave behind by the time you leave this world. The impact you want to leave behind you. Not the family, not the big bill, not the big vehicles, but that impact you want to that legacy you want to read back when you be no longer in this world.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, if there's one thing, Henry, you teach me, and I want to invite Paul because you've mentioned Paul quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, vision certainly is bigger than sight.
For sure.
It is more powerful than sight.
You have seen people without limbs who are amputated, but they are great people in this world.
Right.
See people like our former president Kibaki. He was the president of the Republic of Kenya on a wheelchair.
Sworn in on a wheelchair.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you can see, and he has proved to the world that disability is not inability. He was able to take this country in a great height.
And we will always remember that man.
We always remember him.
He was one of the greatest leaders we ever had, man.
We ever had, yeah.
Vision is internal.
Yeah, it's internal.
Sight may be external. Effectively, what you have on the inside is always stronger.
Yeah.
It must be stronger, defines you more.
Yeah,
than the
inner you.
The inner you.
Yeah.
and for you, you've actually driven on the inner you.
Yeah, the inner you. Not the physical one.
Yes.
You know, people might see my brightness.
Right.
But what nowadays people doesn't see my brightness.
Right.
They always see what I have done.
Absolutely.
My success.
Right.
So they have forgotten that I have lost my sight.
Right.
So they always see the success, what I have achieved for the last few years without sight. So even for me, I don't value the life when I use my sight and what I have done and what I have achieved without sight.
Henry, man, those powerful lessons. You've even talked about people who've lost limbs.
Yeah.
We can lose the externals.
Yeah.
But as long as the internal is intact, we will still get there.
For sure. It is possible. It has been possible to Henry Wanyoike. It can be possible to any other person. So long you believe in yourself.
Right.
Yeah. You work hard for it, go for it.
Yes.
Never, without limiting yourself.
Right.
You go for it.
Right.
And then you are there. You get to whatever you want to be in this world.
My world.
Yeah. You know, we always say that champions are not made in the field.
Right.
You just make yourself a champion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a powerful... And men, we want to bring Paul here because then Paul has taken a journey with Henry. And really, I just also want to engage with Paul a bit, just to hear what it has been, taking a journey with a triple world record holder. I mean, this is a powerful one. But man, Henry, I think I'll remember that one for a long time. Man.
For sure.
I will remember that one for a long time.
For sure, thank you.
Yes, because that's a powerful lesson. I can lose what's on the outside, but the inside.
Yeah, the inner you is
the
very
inner
important.
Paul, man. VP, by coincidence, you also Wanyoike.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a coincidence.
You know, God loves me very much.
Yes.
So I got the namesake,
Right, it was your namesake. Man.
Yeah.
And he's been a great support. Man.
A great, you know, this person.
Yes.
He's a great person.
Right.
Great person.
Introduce him to us, actually.
Yeah,
yes.
Paul is somebody who I really value very, very much.
Correct.
And he has somewhere in my heart.
Yes.
Like any other person.
Right.
He plays a very great role to me.
Right.
To be who I am today.
Kabisa.
He is part of this success.
Right.
Yeah, so when you see Henry, remember Paul is behind, behind the curtain.
Right.
He do a lot of work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Behind the success of Henry.
Yeah.
There's a Paul right there.
Paul is there.
Paulo! Welcome to the Goldmine Show. Good to have you on set, man.
Thank you very much.
We've heard a lot about you, but tell us about yourself a bit. Who is Paul? And how did you end up meeting with Henry?
Paul was born in Nakuru.
Right.
And raised in Nakuru.
Right.
And after high school, I had an interest in athletics.
Right.
I used to see Henry on TV.
Right.
And then I met him.
Right.
Yeah, very simple guy.
Yep.
Introduced to me by a friend of ours.
Right.
His name was Pius.
Right. Right.
The late. He was a very good person.
Right.
He was the connection between me and Henry.
Right.
And then we met in training.
Right.
And then for somebody like Henry, all that he requires from you is just trust.
Right.
Because he can't see you, he doesn't know how you look.
Right.
And for them, the first thing he does is what you speak from the first word.
Right.
If he just greets you and the way you respond, he will know this person is somebody I can trust or I can do something with.
Right.
Yeah.
So you grew up watching him on TV, he inspired you.
Yes.
And you look forward to meeting him. And finally here you are. Do you remember the first words you said to him that made him trust you?
What I can say is we had a team
Right.
training together.
Right.
And then he used to come and we could train together. And then the
Where
guide...
was this that you're training?
Just here.
Right.
Around here.
Just in this area.
Just
Yeah.
in this area.
There you go. Uh-huh.
Yes, in the
Right.
year 2007.
Right.
And then the guide he had, and at that time, he got an injury.
Right.
So he wanted somebody he could train with.
Right.
And then now Pius introduced me to him.
Yep.
And then we just did some training together.
Right.
And from there,
You connected.
we connected.
Tell me, what did you like about Paul that got you connected?
You know, he's somebody who is determined.
Right.
And then he was somebody who was able to understand this is he was there to that trust.
Right.
I trusted him from the word go.
Right.
Because the way he came and he was determined.
Yes.
Then he was so patient. He was eager to know how it works.
Right.
Then he was so kind to me
Right.
from the word go.
Right.
And he really supported me. He was engaging me very, very much, asking questions.
Yep.
How do you feel as a champion?
Yep.
And how can I be able to assist you when you need somebody?
Right.
Please, I'm there to help you.
Yep.
So he was ready to learn new skills.
Right.
And he was a good student
Right.
to learn very fast.
Yep.
And when I had the guy with the injury,
Yep.
he was always be able to stand in the shoes of the other guy. Yeah.
So, Paul, were you always an athlete?
I had interest in high school.
Right.
But I used to do the short distances.
Right.
Because I said within a few seconds you are done.
Right.
And then I came.
So you're 100 meters, you're a sprinter, 100, 200.
Yes.
That was your space.
Yes.
Right.
That is what I liked.
That's
And
what you
then-
liked.
Yes. And
Right.
then when I came, I met the coach.
Yep.
The best thing with Pius, he never discouraged you with what you wanted to do. He just told you, come, I'll take you, you try. If it doesn't work now, he told me, even according to the way your physical body is,
Right.
you are not a sprinter.
Right.
For you, you are supposed to do middle and long distance.
Right.
And then for me, because he was the coach, so he knew what he was doing.
Right.
So I just followed the instruction,
Yep.
and here I am.
So you had the mindset that was willing to transition.
Yes.
And though sprints was what you had been doing
Yes,
before,
yes.
he saw
Yeah.
the long distances in you.
Yeah.
You worked with him
Yes.
and you transition. So effectively, you're saying it is possible to transition.
Very,
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's all about mindset.
It's a mindset.
It's all about mindset. Yeah.
Right, right.
When you say can go for it,
Yes.
when you tell your mind I'm going for this,
The body follows.
This is my target.
Right.
You go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And how long did it take for you to transition from being a sprinter to this medium to long?
Because when in high school, we just did it.
Right.
Yeah, just with no training, so it wasn't that long time.
Right.
Within 6 months.
You had managed
1
to
year,
transition.
Yeah.
And now you could guide him
I could guide.
on his 5,000.
Yes. Now at that time he was doing now the half and the marathon.
The half, already the half,
Yeah,
21
already the
kilometers.
half, yeah.
Yes.
So this is a guy who has transitioned from 100 to 100 to hitting the 21.
Yes.
And now the full marathon as
Now
well.
the full marathon.
Which was the first one that you actually guided him?
The first one we did here, it was Rewa.
The Lewa Marathon.
Rewa.
Right.
Yeah, learning in the
The
wild.
Safaricom.
In the world, the
marathon.
Safaricom
Yeah.
Lewa Marathon. Yeah. How long ago was this?
It was
2016.
Yeah, 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
So you guys just hit it off.
Yeah.
And so you've done Lewa with him. Which are the others that I'm sure you've also gone around the
We
world.
have done Berlin.
Right.
We did Cologne.
Right.
We have done Perth.
Right. Path in Australia. Right. Right. How,
And
what?
several marathons in Switzerland.
Yeah.
In Switzerland as well.
Geneva, yeah.
Geneva.
Swiss, Zurich.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Umetembea.
Yeah.
Kiasi,
You've been
kiasi.
around the world, my friend.
Yeah.
What have been those experiences like for you, Paul?
They have been great. Different cultures, different environments, and when you travel there, you learn what is there.
Right.
Something you know, when you travel, you become a different person.
Right.
Yeah, because you go and you learn something new.
Right.
Each time you travel a different place, there's something. Just even if it's a single piece,
Right.
you run different from what you knew.
Right.
Yes.
And maybe which has been the most meaningful win for you out of the ones you've done, and possibly why?
I'll say Zurich.
Zurich was one of the most
Zurich
meaningful.
was the first one. I guided him the full marathon.
Right.
So never knew what was to expect.
Right.
And then it was cold.
Right.
Yeah, we ran at 6 degrees.
Right.
And it was raining at the start.
Right.
And then all the way as we were finishing,
Yep.
it was sunny and hot.
Right.
Yeah, so but it was good and it was a great experience.
Right.
Yeah, because he had like taken a break from the marathon.
Right.
And now we are hitting the first one.
Getting back.
Getting back.
Right.
Yeah, that one was like the comeback marathon.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Correct. Zurich, man. Henry.
Yeah.
Zurich. How was that for you?
It was good. A nice country.
Yeah.
So we enjoyed with my friend
Paul. Yes.
But before then we had done another 10 kilometers in Germany.
Right.
In Berlin,
Right.
Run of Spirit.
Right.
And we won that 10 kilometers.
Yes.
So we had that courage to face the marathon.
Right.
Yeah. So we had just won the 10 kilometers and now going to the full marathon.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct. And Paul, maybe my final one to you. How has this made you? How has that impacted you working with a legend, triple record holder, man? I mean, how has that impacted you at a personal level?
The biggest impact is giving back to the community.
Right.
Because we have a group of athletes.
Yes.
And now I have gone through coaching.
Right.
So now I'm coaching them.
Right.
So that we can have more champions in the future.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Correct. I'm sure it's such an honor to work with Henry, man.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We work a lot, only from coaching.
Yes.
We also work together in the Wanyoike Foundation.
Oh, he's also part of the foundation.
Yeah, with the other few guys.
Right.
We work together, and so he has been part of what we have achieved in the foundation.
Right.
And like where we are sitting,
Yes.
this is the Teresa House of Hope,
Right.
which has been here for more than 10 years.
Right.
And the reason why we got this school,
Yep.
it's there was a book which was written in German,
Right.
and there was a lady from Austria,
Yep.
and may the Lord rest her peace in
Her soul in peace, yes.
her soul in peace.
Yes.
Because before she died, she was a young girl.
Yep.
She said that all the money which was in her account, she has given it to the Wanyoike Foundation
Right.
to do any project we wish to do.
Right.
Because those days we used to do a lot of with the community within, and that 1 million Kenya shilling, we were able to have this school.
Right.
And we decided to mention the school under her name,
Right.
Teresa House of Hope.
Right.
We believe this is a place to give hope to these children.
Right.
Where I was born.
Yep.
And currently with 70 kids.
Yep.
And we just give them the kindergarten education, basic education.
Yes.
So giving them good foundation,
Right.
like the one we were given.
Right.
So we want, and we believe that from this school, we will be able to have more Henrys, more Pauls,
Yes.
and give people in this country.
Absolutely.
And apart from what we are doing in this school, when we thank all the people who have been supporting this project, and especially our friends in Germany and the community within here, and so we have other projects like in our school visits. We do a lot of school visits in the country. Like we have been to more than 800 schools in the country.
Whoa.
And also outside the Kenya internationally, because we believe we need to share what we have gone through. And when I see people like Hen and Paul, they only see the final product, but they don't know what we have gone through. So we try to share this with these young ones. And we also have supported many young ones in his education. Like one of the products in this village where I was born, he's now working in the UN.
Right.
Wow. And we got him a scholarship.
Wow.
And now he's gone through the primary school, secondary school, and also university.
Yep.
And now he's working in Congo.
Right.
And he was with the first class honor in mathematics.
Wow.
So this is one of our products.
Wow.
Another more few
Right.
who have gone through university course and they have done so well. So we are happy with the foundation. We have been able to give back to the community.
Yep.
Part of what we are doing in education, we have been supporting people with disability by providing them with the walking wheelchairs,
yeah.
or talking to them to give them hope.
Right.
Those people who acquire disability when they are grown up, we are always there to support them, to give them hope. This is other part of what we are doing.
Yep.
Another thing what we are doing is about the sports and
Yep.
also environment, because we believe when there is good environment, we do better. So we are planting a lot of trees through the partnership of companies like Cooper's Blood Kenya.
Right.
They have given us a lot of seedlings to plant in schools,
Right.
and also public facilities. And also we have been working very closely with the other like Rotary clubs, like Kikuyu Rotary Club. So
there's a lot going on with the foundation.
there is a lot,
There's a lot going
also
on
we have a run. We normally do it every year in a community run.
Right.
Yeah, run of hope.
Right.
We do it right here.
Right.
And we try to bring community. So from all the projects we get,
Yep.
we put them together.
Right.
And that is why we support a project like this one.
Right.
And supporting those students who are in high school or in universities or colleges.
Right.
So this is part of what we are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're big on education.
Yeah.
You're very big on education.
Yeah, because if we educate these children,
Yes.
we have a good future.
Right.
We give these children bright future.
Right.
So because they can be able to support their families.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Correct.
when we give them hope, they are able to give hope to others.
To others, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And also
right.
we are trying, like what Paul is doing.
Yes.
Coaching those people who are talented.
Right.
We want to have more champions.
Right.
Like what we have achieved with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Earlier on, actually, the young boy who spoke on camera said, if it was not for the support we are getting, maybe we would be out in drugs.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is you ensuring that then kids are away from vices and all, and they live decent and meaningful lives. And again, in the presence of such legends like yourselves, man. I mean, and this is brilliant. You know, Paul, I must commend you, man. Not only are you supporting Henry, but just a couple of weeks ago, you also bagged in a goal for yourself, man. Tell us a bit about this. I think it was in Thailand.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us about it.
I traveled a little to Thailand.
Yes.
We talked with Henry and we decided it's better as we train these upcoming athletes.
Right.
It's good to give them exposure.
Right.
And then I usually tell them, I don't tell you just go and train.
Right.
We train with you together.
Right.
So I wanted also to show them it's also possible.
Right.
So I don't just tell you go and run.
Right.
I can also do it.
Right.
Yeah. So
You run together.
you read from the front.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Correct.
that is why we see with Paul.
Yeah.
We are trying to give those hope like to the boys you have seen.
Yes.
We want to bring them out of the immoralities and out of drugs.
Right.
And we are happy that is why you see these boys when they are free, they are there playing the soccer.
Yep.
And we thanks like companies like Arrive and Kicking,
Right.
who have been supporting us with the footballs.
Right.
And we are able to give these balls to this young one.
Yep.
So that they can be able to enjoy when they are free. They can be there praying, and we keep them busy when they are free.
Excellent.
Because when they are doing nothing, it is easy to be engaged themselves
vices.
in fights,
That's true.
in immoralities,
Right.
in drugs,
Right.
in all this, and
Right.
also joining those criminals groups. So that is why we want to keep them safe,
Right.
and we want to keep them busy.
Right.
And that is why then everybody have been supporting the program of the Wanyoike Foundation.
You've been a source of hope, Henry.
Yeah, yeah. When they see what we have done,
Yes.
and so they want to be like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, right. And so, I mean, Paul, hearing the national anthem on international assignment in Thailand, what was that like for you, man?
It's something very huge.
Yes.
Because you know you are representing your country.
Right,
Yes.
right, right, man. Oh, man. Henry,
Yeah,
how
so-
does it feel when Paul is out there getting the national anthem again to be played?
Okay, I felt good because there's somebody who just came who was determined,
Yes.
and now seeing him on the podium,
Yep.
it was a great feeling to me.
Yep.
And that he's not only there for me,
Right.
he can also do it even for himself.
Correct.
And I was very happy that it's also an opportunity which was he took that opportunity very well.
Right.
And so, and also showing these young ones who is coaching that it is capable, it is able, and it is worth it, and it is possible
Yep.
to do it.
Wow. Well done, Paul, man. Truly, truly proud of you. It's good to see you also
Yeah.
not just guiding, but also then also becoming a man of your own,
Yeah.
and being able to then get the national anthem played out there. Man, we celebrate you, sir. We
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely
Thank you
celebrate
very
you.
much,
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, and thank you very much, Paul. Really appreciate your time. But turning back to you, Henry, you've talked a bit about this foundation.
Yeah.
And what it is that you're doing. And I just want to flip it just a little, because then I also know Henry, the author.
Yeah.
And you've just talked about Teresia in the book and all. But the original book was actually written by you, but has been translated in a few languages as well.
It is in Dutch and also in English.
Tell us a bit about that book,
Okay,
Henry, the author.
book-